All right, we are live. Yes, we are live. Thanks for joining me again. It's your man Jay Will. So we've got good conversation today, and we're going to be talking about some of the latest smartphones that have been popping up, and how that's going to affect us. And we're going to talk about some of these new ones that I've been waiting on, and I know you've been waiting on. It's just there is a bunch of smartphones that I'm waiting on. And I know that a lot of you are too. So this is what we're going to discuss in this podcast today. And I'm going to send this link out a couple times here. Let's go to Twitter with it. And let's go ahead and hit up Google+. This will also be posted on my YouTube channel for those that can't catch the podcast live. It's always good to catch it live. I really like to talk to you guys live when I can. But there are some phones coming out that I think that a lot of us are going to be excited about, that a lot of us are excited about. And, we want them here already. We're hoping that they're good. We're hoping that they're all that we want them to be. And there's some that are just taking too long. The first phone I want to talk about that should be coming, and it's taking too long, but it's the BlackBerry Key1. Now, there's a lot of information out there on the BlackBerry Key1. Supposedly, they're going to be releasing it very soon. Now, I don't know how accurate that is because, again, those are just leaks and rumors like anything else. But what I can assure you is it's coming. It's going to have looks like some pretty nice hardware. And I don't know how you guys feel about the price. The price nowadays can determine whether a device fails or if a device makes it. Make or break. And that's just one of those things that we have to deal with. Every phone that we like won't come to the U.S. Every phone that we like is not going to have the price tag that we want. So the BlackBerry Key1 is supposed to retail for $550 at launch, $549 plus taxes. And how do you guys feel about that price tag? I mean, what do you think? You think it's going to do well at $550? You think it's going to sell? You think they're going to start off with some kind of promo right out of the box? I think they're going to start off with a promo right out of the gate. They're definitely going to be giving away a case and extra battery charge or something. They got to do something to grab someone's attention to buy their product. Because it's not going to do any good for them to bring this phone out and then it immediately flops on launch. Now I'm not saying it's going to flop at all, because don't have it yet. So, we don't know anything about the phone yet. But what I can tell you is that a lot of us are excited and a lot of us are ready to buy. At least I know I am. But not at the cost of $550. That's just, I can't even say that I'm excited about that price at all. Reason being is because I can grab another Android phone with the same specs pretty much, and it'll cost not much at all. And I think that's what's going to hold the BlackBerry Key1 back. If anything, people are going to start saying, man, I can get the same specs pretty much with this phone right here. You got phones like the Blade V8 Pro and the Moto G5 Plus. Those phones have the same internals pretty much, and those are already selling very well. So we can't expect for the BlackBerry Key1 to step on the scene and just shut everybody down. Now, at the camera department of the BlackBerry Key1, I've read online and people are saying, oh, it's fantastic. So it might be really good. But with that price point, I don't know if it'll do that well. It's just a matter of get it into the customer's hands, let the customer decide. And when the customer decides, if it starts selling well, it's just like putting out a YouTube video or a podcast. People watch, they listen, or they don't. And it's just that simple. Put the product out there and let us decide. So, hey, Donovan, you caught me live. I saw a little icon pop up for the chat. I said, wait a minute, there's an icon for the chat. So everybody say what's up to Donovan, the smartphone guy. He's on YouTube and Twitter as well. Next device that hit the ground that is from ZTE, the ZTE Blade Max 3. Now, this is something that, again, that Snapdragon 625, it's just, man, I've been preaching about this Snapdragon 625 for a long time. And it is just one of the most efficient processors. It is. If you don't have a Snapdragon 625 in your phone that you have, you're going to need a really big battery or some great optimizations to get that kind of battery life, that efficiency that processor comes down with. So, but the ZTE Blade Max 3 is a 6-inch device that's going to be dropping on Boost and Virgin prepaid carriers, from what I understand at this point. 6-inch display, dual 13 megapixel cameras. It's a big Blade V8. It's a mixture of the Blade V8 and the Z Max Pro, which is totally cool with me. 6-inch devices are hard to put down once you start using them. Just phones with big screens. Once you start picking up those kind of phones, man, it is very difficult to go back to a smaller phone. It's almost impossible at times. But I have a lot of big phones. And the latest phone I brought into the catalog was the Xiaomi Mi Mix, which I'm on it right now. It's right here in my hand, and it is just fantastic. I got to tell you, it's fantastic. But the ZTE Blade Max 3, 6-inch display, dual 13 megapixel cameras. It's got like that blue color to it, just like the Z Max Pro. Built a little different, 1080p display. I mean, it's all that you want, and the price tag is supposed to be. So US Cellular is the other carrier. The price tag is supposed to be $200 or less. You know, US Cellular is already offering $100 off. You know, for they're offering $100 off when they start selling it. There's promos out there, so that's going to be really entertaining to get my hands on that device. Now, I can't get it through US Cellular, but I could definitely get it through Boost Mobile or Virgin, one of those. I don't know what the price tag is going to be through them, but US Cellular has it up on their website already, and so they're just selling it for $199, and then they're doing like some $100 promo. So that right there, folks, man, that is a device to consider if you're on Boost or Virgin or US Cellular. Just consider. I'm not saying you have to buy it, but you definitely should consider it, because smartphones like that, you know, those big screens are very, very nice for media content. So another phone that's coming in May is the HTC U. Officially, that's kind of the leaked name at this point. We don't know exactly what the name's going to be called. But the HTC U is going to have new technology where you squeeze your smartphone and to do gestures and things like that. It looks like it does have a home button. I'm not sure. According to the leaks, you know, we don't know yet. So, but the fact is, it's going to be a nice phone. And you know, if you're fortunate enough, if you can grab the U Ultra, I still recommend that phone. You know, that phone is fantastic. I'm telling you. But the HTC U is what the phone is probably going to be called, or at least that's what the leaks show at this point. It's going to be pretty nice. It's supposed to have a 5.5-inch Quad HD display, Snapdragon 835, you know, the high-end specs that everybody wants in a smartphone right now. So it's going to be interesting. I'm totally excited about checking out that phone, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Two other phones that I'm really excited about are the new Gig. Well, there's 3 devices coming from Google, and 2 of them should be phones. We're hoping. And the other one might be a tablet. Who knows? That's the word on the street, or in the tech streets, you know. But it's probably pretty accurate. You know, 2 phones and a tablet. They haven't released a tablet in a long time. That will be interesting to see what Google does with that. However, the Google Pixel and the Google Pixel XL, whether it's going to be the 2 or whatever, I don't know what they're going to be called. Again, it's all rumors and leaks. No one really officially knows. But those are supposed to have premium specs and a premium price tag, and there's absolutely nothing that you could do about it. So the Pixel and the Pixel XL definitely were priced really high. You got to ask yourself, hey, you know, am I going to kick out this cash and get this, or am I just going to wait it out and try to wait for something else? Now, I will say this. I'm hoping that the Google Pixel, the current models, go on sale. Those should go on sale. And we could definitely see some discounted prices. I mean, at least $150 drop it off, Google. I mean, do something, Google. You know, drop the phone a little bit. Do something to get the price down. Do something, you know. But I mean, those phones right there, Google has already said they're going to have a premium price tag. Premium specs, premium price tag. So what are they talking about? It's going to be premium, I guess I want to say. You know, what's considered a premium price tag? Because I think the current models have premium price tags. Like those are premium. I mean, the small one doesn't even have a Quad HD, like the Google Pixel doesn't even have a Quad HD display. And it's what, $650 tops out at $780 or something like that. That's pretty pricey, you know. And the memory options, you know, they didn't have very good memory options. They just kind of seems like they just threw that out there and then said buy it or don't buy it. Let's test the water. It's like it's a test dummy, you know. It's just let's just test the waters. Companies do this, you know. Companies do this. They'll throw stuff out there. They'll say that it's leaked, and then in all actuality, it's really what they want you to see. They're just trying to test. Like, here's a good example. The Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, that one commercial that Samsung leaked, that pretty much was the Galaxy S8 Plus. You know, they just kind of wanted to see how people would ooh and ah about it. If they really liked it, let's go ahead and sell it. That's what I think. I mean, I don't think anything is a mistake like what we think. But here again, we can only go by what they're giving us. You know, and if they're not giving us a lot to go on, then what can we do? So the new Pixel devices, I'm really hoping that the price tag isn't too much. Okay, so if they were to keep the same, shout out to Jason Gill. He says a controlled leak. That's exactly what it is. He's joining live in the conversation here on the podcast. That's exactly what it is. It's a controlled leak. Now, if they were to decide, okay, we're going to release this phone, let's release it at the same price, but let's just give them a little bit more. That is exactly what they should do. I mean, not that I want these high price tags, but if you're going to give us these premium price tags, you got to give us to what we consider in the tech world a premium product. And, you know, right now, I think it's a lot of people mad at OEMs for what they're releasing. They're not releasing anything like spectacular as far as I can see it, you know. They're giving us just a taste and then saving. You know, it's kind of hard to put into words, but they're not doing all that they could possibly do. We know this, you know, when I say we, I'm not talking to the average consumer. I'm talking about us as the people who follow technology the way we do. You know, we know that they're just dibbling, dabbling and giving us just a little bit here and there and keeping us on the hook, and then they'll add a feature on. Apple is notorious for this. You know, they will bring out something, and then the next thing you know, the next iteration has that extra feature that we knew we should have had the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's totally wrong. And they do that to us because, and I say us because we are a part of the same community that these people who are non-techies purchasing devices. We have to take care of them. They got to take care of us. We got to all work together. But they do that to us because they know that lots of people are going to buy regardless. Even if it's not a good deal, that itch, that scratch techies get when they want to try to figure out, I just got to see it. You know, I just got to get it in my hand. And after you get it, you know, you like it or you don't like it, impulse buys. There are more impulse buys out there, not just in technology, just everywhere. They're out there. And, you know, that's just how it's going to be. You can't force a person to buy something, but you can, I hate to say it, but you can trick them into buying something with that glitz and glamour that Apple always does. Well, it's magical. That's just the most hilarious thing ever. It's magical. And people fall for it and say, oh, yeah, it is magical. The pictures do come out better, you know. I spoke about the new iPhone that's going to be coming out recently in other videos and podcasts, but I won't spend any time on that, you know, on this podcast. But I do want to close out by saying that there is an update coming to the Samsung Galaxy S8 for the red screen edition. the red screen phones, the phones that are getting expected by that red screen, I don't see it on my unit. And it's probably because I'm not looking for it, you know. I think it's a great phone. Be sure to check out smartphoneconversations.com. Greg Mason says, that's why I force myself to wait. That's a good policy to have. So shout out to everybody who was able to catch me live. Join me next Tuesday, every Tuesday between 2 and 4 Central Standard Time p.m. I don't have a set time yet, but I'll start to get you one once I get settled in on this podcast thing. So smartphoneconversations.com. I will see you guys in the next one. It's your man, Jay Will. This will be on YouTube for those that couldn't catch it here. Take care, guys.